Hello, how's it going? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, welcome to a new thing that I'm going to be trying out with the Psychology of Stream series. This is the new overlay. The overlay is made by Shora. If you've heard of my Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, you know you've heard of him. Incredible job. I love what he did with the artwork. A lot of little like tiny details, just like a overall like nice vibe. So we'll be using this for the most part when I'm taking notes. I don't know exactly what I want to do in terms of pull it down just a little bit. I don't know exactly what I do in terms of like when we play the game. Right now I'll probably just go back to my old overlay, and then we'll switch over to this when I want to take notes and chats. But hello, welcome. I'm super nervous to do this, but I'm very excited to try it out. Welcome. If you've seen my content before, you know how the psychology videos work. Just kind of walking through a character, analyzing it and trying to pick out, why do we resonate with this character and why do we like feel so strongly about these characters. So I figured, why not do that for other games that I like? And so the idea is that I'll do streams for different games. We'll kind of use this format to talk about different characters and also just like have fun playing stuff. So, yeah. You're telling me if I sit through this stream, I could surpass Kakarot. Hello, Vegeta. Have you guys played, the new, what is it? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? Have you guys played that? Any fans? You have? Is it good? It looks fun. It looks really fun. Looks super fun. I'm so broke right now. So I've not played it. But it looks fun. I plan to play it. Hey Mira. Tectonic over on YouTube. Welcome. Fast paced. Well, it looks like the old like 10kh games I played on the PS2. And that looks pretty fun. I'm a big fan. Oh, another thing on screen I have just like fan art. So if you've ever made something and you want to be on here, then at me on Twitter or use our Discord server to drop that in. But yeah, this is the psychology of the foretellers. So yeah, the idea is like I'll be able to use this as like a notepad, right? Because I think that like I don't have great handwriting, right? But the idea is that I can just like jot down stuff, right? We'll see. I might shift to other stuff. Might just take like notes by keyboard. But I like it. I like the idea of being able to like draw stuff. Which button? There's a button on here that does neither. Okay. Doodle your favorite Arcadian Savage raid. I think I like the horse. Horse is probably the best. One thing that first comes to mind for the foretellers would be loyalty. Yeah. They're named after sins. Yeah, definitely like blind devotion. Blind. I honestly like. I feel more like a better idea is or better like way to phrase that is like innocence or naivety. Today's for naivety. It might not be naivety. I'm using a drawing pad. I actually have a Huion tablet. I just never like I never was able to like get into drawing, but I really love like drawing. So this is my handwriting. I never did make like a. Hey Josh, thanks for the 7 months as a member. What is an X? That? Maybe like that. Okay, Rebirth hard mode. It's officially harder than KH critical mode. Seriously, the combat challenges make data battles look at the ease of been trying for weeks. Oh no. Thank you so much for the membership. I don't know how to get that to show up on stream, but I'll look into that. Yeah, they're definitely like looking for someone to tell them what to do. Yeah, I think there's actually a really good video by WaterKH about like the 7 deadly sins. So we'll definitely like take a look at that. There's a really good theory video. I'll have to, maybe we'll bring that up at the end. But I think we've waited long enough. So here's the question. Do you guys want to stay on this screen? And I can just like put up and I can just like put up the movie here. Or, hey Water, we were just talking about you. Or should we switch to another screen? Doing well, Josh. A true storm. Why? Oh, someone mentioned the 7 deadly sins for the foretellers. Yeah, we'll try this out for now, and then if it's if the screen's not big enough, then we can switch over. I've heard of the 7 deadly sins. I don't know much about it. Okay, grab some popcorn, get comfy. Ow, and some donuts. Ow. But we're gonna start this. Do we need to watch? I don't think we need this, right? I don't know if that's too loud or too quiet. If it's too quiet, then I can change it, of course. This is the case of blue shoe. I almost wonder if I should just make a new page for blue shoe.
So that makes you the indisposable number 7. Huh. Come on, it's simple. U6 plus me is 7. Wait, don't tell me I don't count. No.
There's like a nervousness. So like, okay, so like nervous, but there's like some not trepidation because let me think, because the way that he talks, right, is like
No.
I guess nervous is the right way to say it. God, it's so cool.
Here, take it.
In the master's playful and mischievous way, he gave his apprentice Luciu a very important role. What seemed like a simple task was the element that would connect all of the events to come. Long, long ago, all the worlds were still one. One day, this would be called the Age of Fairy Tales. It all
Do you hear they just started
began
talking? What do you
here
mean?
in Daybreak Town. The Master of Masters had an eye that gazes into the future.
We know, we know.
He bestowed upon 5 of his 6 apprentices a copy of the Book of Prophecies, in which was written the events to come.
Was that all? Was that really all of Luciu? Because right, this is the era.
So, did you look through the book?
Yes, but I'm still analyzing it.
Wow, no quick skim for you, huh?
I just prefer to be thorough. Master, is what it says in the last passage true?
Oh yeah, that. Bummer. huh?
Bummer.
Yes.
By the way, if one day I suddenly disappear, I'm counting on you to keep the others calm, okay?
Huh? Disappear?
Vanish, dim, fade. I don't know how to explain it. It's just hypothetical talk.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
This
definitely like the
world
natural
is
leader,
full of
right?
light. It's a world comprised of many smaller worlds, all connected, stretching as far as the eye can see. One great light protects us all throughout this vast land. All worlds share one light, one fate.
I take it you're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yep, you're right on the money. People believe that the light that is Kingdom Hearts will be here forever. But if it were to disappear, the world would be enveloped in darkness.
So here, there. Maybe I'm just like overthinking that, but like, are they saying that everyone knows about Kingdom Hearts, or that like the light here is what saves people?
I understand. And that is why you granted us these Keyblades. With these, we can spread the teachings of light. And we can protect Kingdom Hearts from darkness.
No, they're not for protecting Kingdom Hearts.
Huh?
The final passage reads, "On that fated land, a great war shall transpire. Darkness will prevail, and the light expire."
Isn't it our duty as Keyblade?
That's the last I mean, okay, so I'm not like super well versed in Eden Cross. The last passage is darkness prevails, light expires. So interesting.
Builders to prevent this war from taking place?
Not.
But we obviously see that like the eye sees farther than that. So he's already like leaving stuff out on purpose.
What?
You really think you can change the future?
Then, what do you want us to do?
We have to focus on what comes after. There's no use thinking of ways to change events that we know are gonna happen.
But what about all of those who are here now? And the ones who will be here when the darkness finally comes? Are we to abandon all of them?
Come on, are you telling me that you think the world can be saved by just 7 people?
We have to at least try. With enough Keyblade wielders, we could...
Well, if you want to give it a shot.
Yes,
Interesting. So Ira's thinking is, if we can get enough people, right, then we can save everyone. But almost by doing that, that's kind of what leads to the destruction.
Alrighty, good luck.
God, it's such a cool
And so
transition.
the reliable Ira, who wore the mask of the unicorn, was given his role to take over for the Master and to lead the others. Similarly, the virtuous Envy, who wore the mask of the snake, was given her role to watch over the others with a fair eye.
Okay, so she is Envy, and she's the Watcher, right? Like, she is Watcher of the Seven, right? About being fair. I almost think like justice, right? Need to like move this so I can write better. Okay. It's gonna get okay.
The fearless Ased, who wore the mask of the bear, was given his role to support their brand new leader, Ira. The prudent Ava,
Okay. Wait.
leader.
Okay. So their whole role is as a supporter, right? But we know, if you've seen this before, right? We know that like Ased is kind of pushing, like he wants to be the leader, right? He wants to be the one that is, I don't know, leading. So okay.
Ira. The prudent Ava, who wore the mask of the fox, was given her role to prepare exceptional Keyblade wielders for the world after. The cool-headed Gula, who wore the mask of the leopard, was given his role to uncover the mystery of the Book of Prophecies. Lushu, the first of the apprentices to be given their role, watched his companions from afar as they learned what it was that they were meant to do. Then, he disappeared. Not long after that, the Master vanished, dimmed, and faded.
Yeah, we'll probably look at the
without a
epilogue too.
trace.
In a series full of cult leaders, the Masters put them all to shame in messing his followers up. Yeah, it does feel very like cult-like, right?
This is where your story began. The story of your very own adventure. 5 of the Master's apprentices armed themselves with the Book of Prophecies. They each created a union. This would fulfill his wishes. Then, they set out to rally Keyblade wielders just like you. By defeating Heartless, the monsters of darkness, they would gather light.
But okay, so again, I'm gonna be pausing a lot because I want to yap. Isn't it interesting that the Masters gives them this role, right? Like, create these unions. I almost want to like, let's just make like our own thing for the Masters. Okay, because we know in Remind, right? He characterizes the light as a false light. So why in back cover is he making them create unions to gather this light. Right? Like he's playing at both sides. Which, I mean, we still don't know what he wants, but it's kind of weird.
There's a traitor among us.
Ooh, traitor.
Are you certain? What proof do you have?
I found this sniffing around.
Is that a dark Cherothy? Is that a nightmare?
Ah, shit. Sorry.
Master, did you make this? It's so cute!
Well, things are gonna get pretty hectic around here soon. But this spirit Cherothy is gonna make your lives much easier. Oh,
Spirit?
you could say they're like cats or dogs.
I feel like
And they'll be
Gula
your loyal
and
pets.
Gula and Ava have always given me the vibe of like children. Which is like what, like Gula was given the task of what, translating? Let's see. Gula was given the task of translating or studying. I guess it was studying. Studying the book. And so was it was it finding the lost page, or was he the only one that got the lost page?
The world after. The cool-headed Gula, who wore the mask of the leopard, was given his role to uncover the mystery of the Book of Prophecies.
Okay, so it's just uncover the mystery.
Lucian,
Uncover.
the first of the apprentices to be given their role, watched his companions from afar as they learned what it was that they were meant to do. Then,
So cute!
Yes.
Well, things are gonna get pretty hectic around here soon. But this spirit Cherothy is gonna make your lives much easier. Hopefully.
Spirit?
You could say they're like cats or dogs. And they'll be your loyal pets. Every wielder will have one of these adorable little guys at their side.
Love how they
They're
just
here
show
to
off
help.
the Dream Eater
So play
symbol.
nice.
Okay.
Oh, right. Before I forget. If a wielder is overcome by malice, or rather if their heart is tainted by darkness, their adorable little spirit will turn dark and become a nightmare.
So you're telling us that if we see a nightmare...
Someone has...
Yeah, so like Ira, Envy, Ased are like the adults, right? They pick up on things so much faster. They're much more pragmatic.
fallen into darkness.
Exactly. And if you don't stop this renegade spirit, it'll plant darkness in the hearts of others. And you'll have an army of nightmares on your hands. Beware.
So, if we see one of these nightmares anywhere, we have to get rid of it on the spot.
No! I won't let you...
Ooh, okay. So Ased is like almost not even like cold-hearted. It's just like darkness bad. Darkness bad. Fully listens / obeys, I think is like the right way to put that. Because Ava's probably right. Like
You
thinking,
do that.
No wonder you ended up as the bear. You're scary.
Your point?
Maybe you can growl at them.
Hmm.
Do you see?
Don't insult.
You can see
Help me.
Growl at
you
them.
can see Ira laughing on the side.
Ugh, don't insult me.
Come on, Hassad. You won't know if it works unless you try.
Please tell me you're joking.
Oh man. Okay. So what's like the right word? She's like I want to say innocent again, but it's more like she doesn't want to hurt others. No hurting. Reminds me of the meme of the stop fighting. Caring, loving. I think I said is caring.
It's not me.
There's an easy way to solve this. If we all summon our spirits, then we'll know.
Unfortunately, there are countless wielders in our unions. It would be easy for any of us to summon a Chirithy that isn't a nightmare. I'm afraid that your suggestion...
Why can they summon their union's Chirithys? Right? That's weird.
wouldn't help us get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, in that case, who's to say that the nightmare you saw belongs to one of us? It could belong to anyone in our unions.
That's highly unlikely. Do you recall the tool the wielders were given in order to make them stronger? We generally don't concern ourselves with what they have at their disposal. However, I believe those tools were the nightmare's doing.
The bangles. I know when they're equipped, they have the power to collect dark energy. But I thought we all agreed that was okay.
Collecting is fine, but using that power is the equivalent of using the power of darkness.
Okay.
It's a brilliant plan. Everyone knows that all spirits look the same, and wielders exist in spades.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to tell.
Oh no. Everyone's already equipped their bangles.
So what now? How do we find out who's behind this?
Seeing as those bangles couldn't have been acquired by just anyone, I believe it's one of us here in this room.
No, Ira. I respectfully disagree.
Okay.
What proof do we have that the bangles are tied to the power of darkness?
Okay, so here's that like fairness coming in, right? Like she is benefit of the doubt. Also like kind of like playing the devil's advocate, right? Not willing to believe things until there's like proof. And now I wonder if the Masters picked these people because they naturally are this way, or if he gave them these roles in order to make these things happen, right? Like if he gave Envy the role of like, you need to be the person who is pragmatic, that like questions everything, then that would cause her to like act this way.
Or if a nightmare is to blame. We shouldn't simply jump to conclusions.
Ira, some leader you are. You've managed to plant seeds of doubt in all of us with that speech. What? Did you expect the traitor to give themselves up with that accusation of yours? That was foolish.
Said, that's quite enough.
There's see. Yeah. Already like what's the like chipping away almost at Ira.
It looks to me like the master made the wrong choice.
Ooh.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
I think we're done here. I trust you'll keep us all updated.
I hope we can all resolve this soon.
Why does she sound so sad? Why does she sound so like, I guess like maybe she doesn't like people to fight?
Choice.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
That's so odd. Like, I mean,
I think we're done here. I trust you'll keep us all updated.
I hope we can all resolve this soon.
That didn't go as expected.
What's wrong, Ira? This isn't like you.
A lost page. Something's missing from our book of prophecies.
becomes nervous.
Each of our copies were said to contain the events of the future. But this incident, well, it's nowhere to be found.
And how does this whole thing with the traitor tie together?
Like I said, it's nowhere to be found. In my book.
Ira.
Oh, okay. So this is really interesting because I wonder if the Masters gave them roles that they were going to like fundamentally like okay, here's my thoughts. And this is obviously like they were still pretty early in. Cuz he gave Asaid the role, right? You're going to support Ira, right? You're going to support the leader even though he knows that Asaid is going to like think that Ira is not worthy or like not good enough to lead. Here we have Ira like nervous and like not thinking, like not being confident because he's following what the Master says. Like it almost feels like he's not like a natural leader. He's only comfortable following someone else. And so when he's deliberately like put in that role of leader, it's like, yeah, oh, interesting. Okay. Like dependent on the book.
Are you implying that someone is in possession of the missing page? And the person with the complete book is the traitor?
There is something going on, and a page is suspiciously missing from the book. It's not so far-fetched to assume that the one who has the lost page has been turned, that they have fallen into the hands of darkness. Trust me.
There seems to be no record of it in my book either. You may be onto something. I wonder, could this have been the Master's plan all along? To grant the lost page to only one of us?
We have no way of knowing. The Master is gone.
I understand what you were saying. I promise to keep a close eye on the others. I will keep you informed, as always.
Thanks.
Of course. After all, that is what the Master asked of me.
Oh, okay.
And Ira, may your heart be your guiding key.
Feeding info. To Envy. Or to Ira. That doesn't feel super great. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get
So to sum it
some
up,
more info on
I'll need
Envy.
you to observe the others. Easy breezy.
All right.
She's not gonna like that though.
Like I
right?
said, Ira may have to take over for me. But don't be shy. Just be fair. And do not be afraid to speak up. Even though I say observe, you'll need to be the mediator. Make sure people get along.
I understand. But without you or Luciu, To form and maintain our own unions is... It's a little unnerving, to be honest.
Oh, come on! Lighten up a little. Maybe I'll never disappear. Wait, do you want me to go?
What? No, of course not.
I was just kidding.
Oh, I see.
Look, I get that change can be hard for everyone, but things need to keep moving forward. And you need to keep up. Otherwise, you'll just get left
Yeah,
behind,
that's a good point,
all
Don.
alone.
Like, why is Lucio higher? Like, it seems like he's higher up in the ranks. Very interesting. Oh, let's see focus. Yeah. I just played 13 recently. It was really good.
Now that you know what the future holds, Envy, what does your heart say? May your heart be your guiding key. I say it all the time. You ultimately need to do what your heart feels is right.
Right.
See, he like, oh, that's so fascinating because he ingrains this idea. Do what your heart feels is right, right? And then he gives these roles to them that are completely different than what they feel is right? Because Asad feels like he should be leader. Envy is like not, like she's not really sure, right? Like if she should observe, if she should step in, but then is placed in this role where she has to. Interesting.
I was wrong about Ira. I thought he would make a great leader, but he let me down. Well, what do you two think? You don't believe what Ira said, do you?
Of course not. His argument was unconvincing. It's like Envy said.
And Gula, like I always thought Gula was soft-spoken too, but like there was a part in the first where he was like, we'll hear back from you, I guess. Like keep us updated. Like very sarcastic. Almost. And then here he's like very like
making baseless assumptions given the situation. There's no evidence to
very
tie his
cutting.
accusations to anyone, let alone one of us.
Maybe there's something he hasn't told us.
And he needs to tell us. How dare he look at us with suspicion? We're his comrades.
I wouldn't call us comrades. Anyway, could you get to the point?
I wouldn't call us comrades. So he doesn't even see them as like friends. Not comrades. I don't really know. I'm realizing I don't really know a lot of like Gula. Because that's a thing to say, especially because like the way that Ira, Envy, and Ava at least like look at each other, it's completely different.
I know you didn't call us here just to complain.
Yeah, very get to the
I want
point.
the three of us to form an alliance.
But alliances are forbidden, us said.
I knew it. I had a feeling it would come to this. So, we join forces, then confront Ira?
Confronting him is pointless. Ira won't change his mind. I know there's darkness at work. There's no question. But I don't believe for a second there's a traitor among us. Unfortunately,
Why not?
Ira doesn't share the same belief. He's just wasting time trying to figure out who the traitor is. But darkness won't wait, and neither should we. We need to band together now and find a way to fight it.
Guess it makes sense.
I agree that we need to do something to fight the darkness. But combining our unions? That was strictly forbidden by the Master.
He's no longer here.
I'm in.
Oh,
But let's be clear. The alliance is just between the two of us right now. I don't want my union members involved.
Gula!
interesting.
I I want to follow the Master's teachings.
Understood.
Is
That's
union.
your choice to make. You should do whatever you feel is right.
Yeah.
By the way, Ascend, do Ira and Envy know?
I haven't talked to Ira about it for obvious reasons, but I did ask Envy to join us.
You wanted to see me? Kula, Ava, what are you doing here? What's the meaning of this?
This
Hear
wait,
me out, Envy.
wait.
I
Is this the warehouse where Strelitzia dies? I don't know if I ever put that together. This is that warehouse, right?
Kula, Ava, what are you doing here? What's the meaning of this?
Interesting.
Hear me out, Envy.
Hey, V, how you doing?
I want an alliance among our unions.
It looks pretty similar. I'm sure Daybreak Town. Well, isn't it like the way that it looks out?
I haven't talked to Ira about
Is this
it for
not
obvious
the?
reasons, but I did ask Envy to join us.
Is that not like the
Talked to Ira
courtyard?
about it for obvious reasons, but
Because there's that courtyard, that long stretch, and then like the building is that warehouse. Hmm. Maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. Okay, so here is. Can you guys see that?
I did ask Envy to join us.
You wanted to see me? Kula,
Okay, so there's. It's probably different.
Ava,
If there's
What are you doing
barrels
here?
over here, then I'll be more
what's
convinced.
the meaning of this?
Hear me out, Envy. I want an alliance among our unions. Gula here has already agreed.
It's probably not.
Will you join us? And together we
And
can...
disobey the Master's teachings?
I feel like
We
if it
don't have
was,
a
that
cho-
would kind of like insinuate Gula.
Choice. Darkness is approaching, and we need to combine our strength to stand against it.
The Master bestowed each of us with a different role, and he specifically told us to keep our union separate, to maintain the balance of power. He told us that any imbalance would lead to a desire for more power, which leads to darkness. I know you haven't forgotten. Perhaps it's you who has been tainted by
Oh.
darkness.
I'm tainted by darkness? Then what about you, Envy? You spy on us and report everything you see back to Ira.
See, yeah.
You really think you have no darkness in your heart after what you did?
Because that is my role.
To observe us, yes, but not to disclose everything we say and do to Ira.
Ooh.
For all we know,
Whoa.
you and Ira could be allies, scheming behind our backs.
That's enough.
Did you hear that breathing? Ava's like super stressed out by the others.
When will it stop? I don't want us to turn against each other.
Master Ava.
Yeah, right? That's actually a great point, Will. Because Envy is kind of like that teacher's pet, but but has bias. Right? And so she's supposed to be impartial, right? She's supposed to be fair. But it's obvious that she's biased towards Ira and the Masters. So interesting.
Hello. Your name is Ephemer, right?
Uh-huh. Hey, can I join you?
Uh-huh.
Why the long face? Did something happen?
Long day.
No.
Do you remember what you asked me before? About why the unions compete against each other instead of working together. Actually, I always wondered the same thing.
Huh? Isn't it just because the master said so?
Yes. And as such, we must obey. The master said so, so it is. But lately, I've really started to wonder. You once told me that you were looking for answers. That you wanted to solve the mysteries of this world. Well, I think that's how things should be. We need to question things and think for ourselves.
Whoa! You are really not yourself today. I guess even foretellers have their off days. Hey, maybe talking about the book will cheer you up.
Not a chance.
Aww.
Oh.
You were trying to pull a fast one on me, weren't you?
Oh, no, I was joking.
If you
Just
say
kidding.
so. But to be honest, I think it would be great if all the unions could work together and be friends.
You know, I made a friend from another union today. Wasn't much of a talker, maybe just shy. We're meeting again tomorrow.
Ah,
That sounds like so much fun.
I need.
Then we better go
I
home and get
need.
some sleep.
Sorry, not to like derail. Dude, I need like a movie of Union Cross or an MMO, like something that fleshes out like with cutscenes like this, or man, just like I need it. I need it.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you. I don't know what's got you down, but please cheer up.
Yeah, there's like
Thank you.
this like deep sadness that she has.
If the worst happens, I'll be glad to leave the future to the kids who see the world in the way that you do. Let the wind carry you far, far away. My dandelions.
Read it, the case of Ava. What? I've seen that before, but what? The child, like the crown, the child of destiny. Like what? What is that? yeah, I've seen Demo's
Envy.
dub.
Have you learned something?
It seems Ased and Gula's unions are now allied.
So Ased is the traitor after all.
No, I don't believe he is.
Why's that?
To Ased, unification is a means of gathering strength to oppose the darkness. So I believe his heart still belongs to the light.
Even so, forming alliances was strictly forbidden by the Master.
Yes, and his teachings are absolute. That's why I will try and persuade Gula to dissolve their alliance.
Then I'll do it.
No. Please, let me do the talking. Your intervention will do nothing more than spur Ased's anger.
All right. I'll leave it to you.
And one more thing. Ased has begun to question the two of us. As a precaution, my reports will be less frequent. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. Please understand.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So in an effort to not upset the others, she's is that the kingdom key? We need that book translated. Okay, so a couple months passed.
I think I'm done.
Done with what?
The Alliance. I think it's time to call it quits.
For what reason?
To put it simply, I entered this alliance thinking we were preparing to fight some impending darkness, but it hasn't come. In fact, there haven't been any suspicious incidents recently, and you haven't rallied anyone else to your cause.
Yeah, but
This alliance is meaningless. Even Envy agrees. Oh.
Envy?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Is Envy the one who told you to break our alliance?
Maybe. But I'm...
Okay, that feels like he like... That feels purposeful, right? Because we know that he has the page, right? Do we? I can't remember what the page says. That felt so purposeful.
You haven't rallied anyone else to your cause.
Yeah, but
Like almost like he joined just to like
This alliance is meaningless.
just to
Even
like
Envy
do
agrees.
it. Just to get him angry.
Envy?
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Is Envy the one who told you to break our alliance?
Maybe. But I'm the one who decided to do it. And I've already told you why.
But we don't even know who the traitor is yet!
And that's exactly why. I just
Hey,
can't
Zora, how you
trust
doing?
anyone but myself.
Sorry, I should probably like
Don't you
talk to chat a bit. I've been like I've been so zeroed in. Yeah, I've seen all the Union Cross like cutscenes. I'm just haven't watched it in a while. Yeah, also that's pretty big. Gula's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. I've actually watched Demo's thing. I don't know if it was the first part or the second part. I know I have a small cameo in one of them. Very small.
realize you won't stand a chance against the darkness on your own?
Sorry, my mind's made up.
Who says that? So your mind's made up. Someone else says that, like a very similar line. Right? I'm not stupid. Riku says at the end of 3 about sword going after Kairi. Interesting. Hey, Sunny, how you doing? Guys, if you don't know Sunny, first off, go follow. How do I... Do you still stream on Twitch? Sunny Novus. Does that work? Not really. Sunny is actually working with me on the Psychology of Xehanorts. We're finishing up the transitions, and that's the last little piece before I can release the Psychology of Xehanort. It looks incredible. It looks so good. It's awesome. Can I show them a sneak peek? Is that okay? Can I like pull up one of the renders that you sent? I see you will. Let me see. Where is Sunny? There you are. Okay, I guess. I'm not gonna leak our DMs. Let me see. Let me pull up one of the old links that you sent me. Guy, like I can't. Like I can't even. It looks so good. Let's see. Here's a cycle test. Like I don't like. Oh, you guys are not ready for this. It's it's so good. Okay, let me put this one here. These are just some render tests that you threw, so these aren't even like. These were 3 days ago. Okay. Like these are this is good. This is just like what it looks like, right? Like these are the camera and how it's gonna look. It's so freaking cool. Like you guys, it's gonna look awesome. Oh my god. Let me see. This is the last thing that he sent. I think you can pull it up. Because we're gonna have a chair with things around it. Sorry, okay, that's not what we're here for, but I had to gush for a second. Really great work, great creator in all like almost every facet you can think of. Great writer, great video editor, great voice actor, creative mind, all the things. Okay. I got distracted. So sorry. But that's coming out soon. If you want to see it early, you can become a member on YouTube or Patreon. There should be links down below if you want to see it early. Or if you just want to support me. Okay. Let's get back to it.
Envy. You will regret this.
Angry. Very angry.
You been here long? My bad.
No.
So, what did you want?
You didn't forget, did you? You're the one who called me here.
Lighten up! I was just kidding. I didn't forget. Give me a little credit here. I was just testing you.
Right.
Now then, allow me to tell you about your role. You're going to be Ira's right-hand man.
What?
What?
Ira's right-hand man? What do you mean?
Well, Ira's gonna be the new leader after I'm gone, you see.
Oops.
So,
I messed up
just
something
stand by.
here.
Don't disappoint.
Explain to me, Master. What do you mean Ira's going to be leader?
What? Is that disappointment I hear? Did you want to be leader?
No! I mean, if you had asked me to be the leader, that's a different story, but I wasn't trying.
You
Yeah.
really want to be leader,
So the
huh?
master is definitely like
Well,
I know you want it, but that just isn't enough. Any chump can say, here's a huge promotion, good job, and make you head honcho. But enthusiasm alone doesn't make a great leader. Ira needs someone like you to give him a push in the right direction.
I agree. Ira is definitely the most worthy among us. I'm sure he'll make a fine leader.
he does not believe that.
Wait, I agree that he is worthy. But why do we need a new leader, Master? Does that mean you will no longer be teaching us?
Well, I might disappear one day. Well, I might disappear.
Disappear? Why? Where?
Speak up sooner if you're listening. It was embarrassing for me. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna disappear or not. It's anyone's guess right now.
But
In any
Okay,
case,
that makes me
need
think
to
that
support
he has been using the power of
both
waking.
know he's quite serious.
That very much feels like he's been using the power of waking to traverse worlds to reach hearts. Right? Although maybe he just means like
always
he's leaving.
just thinking and thinking and thinking behind that unicorn mask of his. So everyone will be counting on you to spur him into action.
right.
You might not be entirely happy with your role, but just know that it's the most important one. Capiche? Now, shall I elaborate? Making Ira the leader is all good in theory, but sometime later you might think, he's terrible at this. In which case it'll be your job to step up. Who knows? Your leadership might be just what everyone needs. And that is your true role.
Oh.
May your heart be your guiding key. Best of luck, I said.
Dude, this is, he's devious. That's
It's been over a
wild.
year since the master left. It's time for me to fulfill my true role.
Jeez. Okay. And so, does he think that Envy is? Yeah, this is my favorite songs. Oh boy. I always wanted to do like some kind of video on the animations of this. I was like, look at this. That's incredible. He used like, he like split open. I don't even know. He like splits open whatever, the time and space, and it like drags her in. Like, what is this? I want to see that appear in Cage 4. Like, I want to see it appear as an attack.
Why do you get in my way?
Don't be so conceited. I'm protecting the balance, just like the master told us to. You need to come to your senses.
Okay, so she's trying to make him snap out of it, right? Because she is like, you're not doing what the master asked of us. You need to stop. Whereas Ased is like, no, this is my role. This is my true role. Now you're in my way. Like, back off, right? Like, you must be the darkness, right? Because you're keeping me from what I need to do. Genius. The Master is wild.
If we don't do something, light will expire. Then we won't be able to avoid the grim future that awaits. We need to defy the Master's teachings to protect the world.
You're saying he was wrong?
He's not here anymore. I won't let his prophecy come true. I won't let the world fall into darkness.
Whoa.
You fool!
What did... Huh? Okay, so she used... Okay, so he's using that move again, right?
You fool!
That's essentially like trying to suck her in. And then she calls forth magic, right? This water. Oh, and then like changed his attack to water. Huh. Interesting. And then blasts forward. Huh. She's strong too, Jesus. What? Why is... Hello? He's like enjoying the fact that he is getting hurt.
Ava, over here!
Envy! Asad! What's going on?
I found out who the traitor is. Regrettably.
There's no way that.
No, that's not true!
So wait, what changed?
Ava, there's no time to lose.
Oh.
May my heart be my guiding key.
That's wild because he the Masters planted those seeds, right? So he thinks that he's doing like whatever is supposed to come to fruition, right? Like whatever's supposed to happen. That's wild. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. I've seen this before, but I've never like slowly gone through it. And there's the missing page.
Master. Master?
I see.
If you're busy, I can always come back later.
Sure. Oh, no, stay. Now where? Ah, here it is.
Okay, this is probably dumb. This is probably really stupid. But this feels like the time between like Union Cross and Kingdom Hearts 1, which to me is like, oh, missing link. Right? This is the missing link.
What's this?
Go on, read it.
This is from the Book of Prophecies. But
Yep. It's a page that's not in any of your books.
and what's written here is
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you and stop them before it's too late. And in order to help you find the traitor,
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it? If anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor. It's brilliant.
way to steal my thunder, show off.
Huh?
It's not fair. My plan was supposed to blow your mind with its grandeur. Your jaw should have hit the floor at my sheer genius.
I'm sorry? But was my logic flawed?
Oh, you were right. So, I guess now you've earned your time in the limelight. Even though there is a traitor, act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
Trust no one. That's a crazy thing to instill in his mind. Wild.
Trust no one but myself.
I feel like he kind of cozied up with Ava. But, I mean, really he has played other people. Well, not really played other people, but like let them go and kind of wasn't completely in. Like he wasn't in with Asad's plan.
Do you want to know what my role is?
Creepy.
The books we were given are incomplete. There's a lost page.
Lost page?
On that page, it is written that there is a traitor. The master told me to find and stop that person.
Oh, and so he thinks that it's him.
I called you my comrade.
That's why he was
Never
in on the
again.
alliance, because he thought that Asad was going against his role. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. And then when he realized, or when he thought that didn't really happen, or that didn't matter, then he backed out. Okay, that makes sense.
Gula. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
Asad
to
did a
me if you
1v3.
think I am the traitor and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor and you just watched silently as we fought each other. And I won't forgive you for that.
You can barely stay on your feet. Just give up already.
Don't you underestimate me!
Oh.
Please stop!
Makes Gula Asad look even worse.
You too, huh?
You say pause it at Gulu.
Just give up already.
Don't you underestimate me!
Pause it at Gula pointing his keyboard at his head. It was back.
Me down. Gula,
Here.
comrade.
Oh, it kind of is the pose from like
Person.
KH3 when Roxas points his keyblade forward. Was there something you wanted to say about this part? Asad is now a scapegoat? Kind of. Yes, ready now. Okay, I'll wait. I don't choose the traitor. Are we sure that Ava's the traitor? I think maybe he's just upset, right? Like that he also doesn't have her trust, which doesn't make sense because they already, like, she already turned her keyblade against him, if we're to like understand that right. In that frame, it showed from Asad's perspective the fatality of the situation. Gula could have easily sliced Asad, but he heard his words and out of fear didn't act. I think, yeah, I mean, Gula's a lot younger. I think it was more, he might be crying.
I called you my
Here?
comrade.
That's like sweat, I think.
But never again, Gula. It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor and you want to strike me down. You knew there was
I don't
a
think
traitor
Gula's
and
crying.
you just watched silently as we fought each other.
I think there is a traitor.
I won't forgive
Or
you
maybe
for that.
he's, I don't know. I haven't, it's been so long since I watched the Union Cross
Just
movie.
give up already.
Don't you underestimate me!
Oh, I think they're both sweating. Because there was, yeah, there was some sweat on him. But it could have been tears. Who knows? I see it right here, right? Yeah, you see it there. To me, I thought that was sweat because they just finished that long battle. But it could be something else.
You too, huh?
Why did it have to come to this?
You're at Defiance outside of here, right? Yep.
Come to finish me off? And make it quick.
That's not what brought me here today. I wish to fulfill the role bestowed upon me. That's all. It isn't our place to try to change the events of the future. That is not our mission. We're here to make sure that light lives on. With only 5 lights, we can't afford to lose any.
It's only
You
5 lights?
Still count me as one of the 5 lights?
Of course.
Only you could be such a good guy after everything we've been through. But hey, I guess that's one of the reasons I respect you so much. However, we still might only be 4. I'm talking about Gula. He's using the knowledge of something called the Lost Page. He said that it contains events that are missing from all of our books.
Okay, so Ased goes back to trusting Ira.
He's using it to discover and apprehend whoever is the traitor. Claims that's his role. But who knows what his real intentions are? What I do know is that I'll never forgive him for hiding the fact that he knew someone would betray us. That's the biggest betrayal of all.
I'd like to believe that Gula was simply carrying out his role. Ased, I'll deal with this matter. Please keep it to yourself for now.
Understood.
Okay, so they go back to
I need to
being
see
friends.
that lost page.
Why did you tell Ira? It had to be you, because you were the only one who knew where we were hiding. Didn't you think for a second that your actions could be making things worse than they already are?
And why should that even bother you? Not only do you have your union, but you've also gathered the finest Keyblade wielders from other unions, and you're training them in a secret location, aren't you?
Yes, because that is my role!
I had no idea. I apologize. I overstepped.
Why didn't she share that role then? See, that's
I shouldn't
weird.
have snapped at you either.
Because it would have been that's so weird to keep hidden, right? Why would you keep the role of Dandelion? Yeah, I know like they don't know each other's roles, but that one seems important to share. Because if you're taking other people, yeah, I know they don't share them. I'm saying, why didn't Ava share that before? Because Indy obviously saw her like not poaching, but like taking other union members. That's wild. Because you'd think that like that would look really suspicious, and you'd want to like alleviate fears. Interesting. So whatever, like, I know they kept their roles secret, but it's not like they kept them secret on purpose, right? Like they've shared during these moments that like they've had. Soft spoken, but has this like really like angry side. Like when she's questioned, when she's pushed back against, she gets really angry.
What did Ira want?
I don't know exactly. He just asked me to give up Gula. His eyes, they were scary. I was worried he'd do something awful. I knew I couldn't tell him where Gula was. Then he turned around and walked away.
I see. And Gula? How is he doing?
I don't know. He's gone.
It's wild. They're all like, they're all giving these roles that just like push against who they are.
Someone's coming. They're headed straight this way.
Take care of him.
Wow.
Ira? Is something wrong?
I know Gula's here.
Nope.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tell me where he is.
But why? What are you going to do?
None of your concern.
Why? Like,
Don't.
Just tell her. I don't understand
What?
why he's so secretive.
I won't let you near him.
So that's it.
He thinks that she's
All right.
protecting him, right?
I'll go.
Does she actually?
Gula, what are you doing?
Something happened?
Ira was here. He wanted me to give you up.
I knew it. It's finally come to this.
Come to what?
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
The lost page?
Yeah. It's a page the Master gave me. It doesn't exist in any of our books. It contains a passage about an inevitable betrayal. It talks about the one who bears the sigil. That's it. So, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest.
The one who bears
role
the sigil.
Is to find out who it is. I suspected Ased and went to confront him. And look what happened.
Why are you telling me this, Gula? I have enough to think about, keeping with the Master's teachings and my role.
Always walking the straight and narrow. I'm a fool for basing my actions on what is written on that lost page. Everything in the passage is ambiguous at best. That's why. I need to find out.
But how?
By asking the Master.
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom Hearts is forbidden!
That's exactly why. The only way to get him back is to break the rules. If things don't change, the entire world is doomed. But in order to go through with it, I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough.
Right,
You
because the
always
thing
do
that
the right thing.
that brought
Help me
forth
with
this
this.
Kingdom Hearts, right, was the Lux, which is also just weird.
I'm sorry. I know you want the Master to return. But you don't know how summoning Kingdom Hearts will affect the rest of the world. The Master, he forbid it for a reason. I'm afraid I can't help you.
Well, okay, see, are they talking about... That's the question now. Are they talking about the Sigil of X? Or are they talking about the sigil that appears beside that page? Which would be here. Where's the case of Gula? Because the kingdom key makes the sigil of the crown, right? Who knows?
Roll.
It says the mark of heresy, which is in the JP term for recusant sigil.
I need to
Interesting.
find out.
But how?
By asking the Master.
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom Hearts is forbidden!
That's exactly why. The only way to get him back is to break the
That
rules.
wouldn't that be Xehanort in the
If things
future?
don't change, the entire world is doomed. But
Am I like freezing?
in order
Oh.
to go through with it, I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough. You always do the right thing. Help me with this.
I'm sorry. I know you want the Master to return. But you don't know how summoning Kingdom Hearts will affect the rest of the world. The Master, he forbid it for a reason. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I see. May your heart be your guiding key.
Dude, this is so like this is so messed up.
Ghoul is on a mission to collect Lux.
Yeah, we don't know the Master's name yet.
Ah. That explains why Ased and Ira are as well. They're trying to maintain the balance. But that isn't the balance we were expected to keep. If everyone's collecting light solely for themselves, Keyblade wielders will soon turn against one another, which will lead to the Keyblade War.
Then what's written in the book, all of it will happen.
Light will expire.
Envy, what are you going to do?
I'll gather Lux too. No matter what, the balance must be kept. Ava, you do the same. We must delay the inevitable.
Right.
She sounds so unsure. This is wild. This is so wild. Ooh, here we go. Case of Ava.
What's written in the last page of the book is gonna happen. The entire world will be lost to darkness.
But Master, isn't there anything we can do?
Well, that's what brings me to your role. You might just be the only hope of keeping light from expiring.
Yeesh. That pressure, dude.
Hope?
Huh? Okay, like not to... Is that... Okay, that's weird. There's this weird thing I discovered when I was doing the psychology of Xehanort, which was that's what is like the driving, like a big driving factor for Xehanort, is this hope that if he brings forth Kingdom Hearts, that's weird. That's weird.
Hope?
Doesn't he also say that like hope is in the box?
Master, what is it that you need me to do? Oh,
Don't get involved in any battles. Forget the notion of unions. Find Keyblade wielders with potential and create an entirely separate organization. Then, like the seeds of a dandelion, let them fly to another world. They will keep the light alive.
you really think that I'm the right person for this?
Ava, you're the only person for this.
I understand.
So much pressure.
Today you're here to continue with your training for our mission. This session may seem like it's familiar to you, but in a world that is different, one made of dreams, you are our hope. A war will soon wage. Those who strive to protect the light
That gave me chills.
will turn their weapons on their allies for the sake of loyalty to their own unions. To be honest, I don't know how far I can guide all of you. What you must remember is that anyone can lose themselves to the darkness. However, there will be no winners. Everything will be lost. Except all of you who are the seeds of hope. When the time comes,
The seeds
and
of
there
hope.
is war, you mustn't fight, but instead you must fly away from here to the world outside. This training is to help you fulfill this crucial task. The future is in all your hands, as is the world's light. May your hearts be your guiding key.
It's such a big, like, such a big responsibility to put on her. And over here we got a case of Lucia.
The gazing eye? It's not what it's called.
Oh, what the?
That's not what it's called.
Actually, no name.
No name.
Well, gazing or not, that Keyblade does have an eye in it. My eye, to be exact. Ew! Oh,
Ew.
you think that's gross, do ya?
No.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, about your role.
Man,
You
we
need
don't
to
know
pass down
anything
that
about
Keyblade
Lucia.
to your apprentice and then him to his, so that my eye can see the future.
So the Book of Prophecies.
Bingo! The fact that it exists is proof of your success. That means you've trained a worthy apprentice, passed down that handsome Keyblade, and fulfilled your role. Congratulations! What's the matter? Come on, you did a fantastic job. At least smile a little.
But I haven't done anything yet.
Good point. Guess you better get started then. Unfortunately, you'll have to go alone from here on out. No Book of Prophecies to keep you company either.
Doesn't he read the
Can't
book
have
later
you
though?
causing any temporal paradoxes.
Maybe he doesn't.
But hey, we both know you'll do just fine without it, right?
It's so interesting because, like, here, right? Like, here he is so, like, again, I want to like use the word like innocent because we see later on, right, with his future iterations, he becomes jaded. He becomes like stone cold. Like, the things that he has had to go through, the countless lifetimes that he's lived have like completely turned him stone cold.
Do I really have to go alone? What about the others?
Minor details, so don't sweat it. For now, you, that Keyblade, and this box need to stay out of sight. Just watch with your own eyes, and my eye, of course, as things unfold between the others. Then, when the time is right, go off and do your thing.
What's in it?
It's a secret. And, well, you see, the thing is, you can never, ever open it.
Hey, Frost, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. How was your stream? What were you guys playing? Welcome, welcome. Hi, I'm Bio-Roxas. Play a lot of Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy. Right now we're doing just a deep dive into the back cover movie. This is kind of like a soft launch to my psychology of streams. So I wanted to test run it out with something that I am already familiar with. So yeah, settle in, grab a snack. If you need to take care of post-stream stuff, by all means. I'm gonna start it back up.
Great, now I really want to know.
All right, I'll indulge you. But this secret stays between the two of us, and you have to promise never to open the box.
I promise.
I would have opened it.
But why?
You'll see.
Jesus. Wild. That's so wild. So this is essentially, this is the Keyblade Graveyard before it's the Keyblade Graveyard, right? That's the insinuation.
May my heart be my guiding key.
Reconnect. Kingdom Hearts. Wild. Okay, let's just watch the ending of KH3 because I feel like that's pretty. Spoilers, if you have not beaten KH3, do not watch. Do not watch if you have not seen Kingdom Hearts 3. Because this is a big one. God.
Finally, back where it belongs.
This is wild. This reveal is crazy. So they all survived. They had this weird mirage effect. Which I'm like, what is that? God, look at that. It's so crazy. So I think the insinuation is when Xehanort died, I guess. It flew back to him, maybe? That's all I can think, right?
Did you summon us back?
Did you summon us back?
Yep.
Is that you, Lucio? You look different.
Haven't heard that name in a long while.
Yeesh.
These days they call me Zigbar, but hey, whatever suits you.
Is it really you?
Yeah, but some time ago I had to cast my old form away.
It's crazy.
Been through plenty more semblances since. But it's still me underneath it all.
What happened? Why are we here? You tell me!
I had a role to play. And after all these years, it's done.
What role?
It's crazy.
I guess Ava didn't make it after all.
Meaning what?
I told her, clear as day, what it is I had to do.
And is that why you decided to exclude her?
As if. Ava had her own mission, and she carried it out.
I've heard enough! Luciu!
Was he looking
What
to the
was your
sky to like
role?
insinuate Kingdom Hearts?
I hope you like long stories.
Crazy. Oh my god. The box contains hope. Where do we learn that? Is that in like the secret reports or something? Because I know Ava said hope, but where did we get? I mean, I assume like someone put it together that the box is hope.
What's this? I heard about this new game.
We learned that from Luke's sword. Okay. It's been so long since I've watched these cutscenes.
7 black pieces. And? Just
Child of
watch.
Dusk. Oh man. So freaking good. Zigbar says it as well. It's at 6 years. Oh man. What's in the black box? Damo has a video. That's a half an hour long.
We got a box. We got a box! Call the bomb squad! I need a bomb squad! We got a box!
We got a box.
This is a comprehensive look at Kingdom Hearts' most mysterious object, as well as my theory for what's inside it. As a warning, this
You guys
video
don't
will
know
be
Damo.
covering the events of Kingdom Hearts 3 and the ending of Union Cross in particular.
I mean, if you're watching
I
this,
would
you
certainly
probably
recommend
do.
getting caught up on at least those 2 titles
But you
before
should.
watching this video.
Subscribe.
We all know the black box by now. It's a pristine black leather luggage trunk with 13 red locks around the lid, as well as bearing stylized hearts around the 2 handles. And it has the word X Super written across the top. And the
Do you guys
word
want to watch?
Super,
Sorry, I just
of
like
course,
started playing this. You guys want to watch this? You guys interested in watching this? I feel like I've kind of like gotten everything that I wanted to get. I think the main thing around the foretellers is like it's like a contrast. I feel like each person put in their place or put in their role was like put there by design by the masters to essentially go against the role that he gave them, because they're not made for the roles that they got. Like, I feel like Ava being like this young child, she's not a child, but like young, right? Having this weight, this decision to like decide the lives of these dandelions. Essentially, I think it's insinuated that she was the one that like maybe called forth Kingdom Hearts, and that's why she's not there with the others. Ira like not having really like the confidence I mean, like he's confident when he knows what's going on, right? Like he followed a book, and when the book didn't give him the information, he was like very shaky, very nervous, very suspicious. And so like he was told like you have to you have to be this leader, but like it's not like you're not really fit for that. Which then kind of bleeds into Ased, right? Who wants to be the leader, right? But essentially is told like, oh, you're gonna be the right hand man, right? But when you see that Ira is not like doing what he needs to do, then you can step in, right? Hey, thanks for the follow. Enjoy the emotes. And so essentially like kind of putting in his head like at some point, right, you're gonna have to like step in. Oh, let me ban. And then Envy, who is like supposed to be this fair person that's supposed to be giving the benefit of the doubt to everyone, obviously has this bias, right? She's feeding information to Ira, and also like is not fair, right? When Ava pushes back against her, she like reacts in this like angry like tone. And so it's very interesting that she's put in this role where she's supposed to be a watcher. She decides to observe but also feed information to Ira, and then gets angry when like that her loyalties or her intentions are questioned. I agree they were all set up to fail, but we kind of knew that, right? That's the opening for the darkness to seep into their hearts of the master plan. Yeah, so I guess like when did the darkness get in? Because is the idea that each of them was opening themselves up to the darkness because they were at odds? I think Gula's the most interesting because he was like stirring the pot on purpose. And just very like sarcastic and untrusting. So yeah, just all around like very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay.
Ties into the rest of the foretellers' given names. The Latin names for the 7 deadly sins are luxuria, gula, avarita, asedia, invidia, ira, and superbia. So it's very plausible that Super is the Master of Masters' potential self-appointed name, representing the 7 deadliest darknesses that the foretellers were meant to trap within their hearts. But what's more important than the box's physical description is just whatever lies inside it.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Way back in Kingdom Hearts back cover, the young wielder asks his superior what it contains. The master agrees to tell him, so long as Luxu promises never to open the box and never share the secret with anybody else. Though we have seen this scene 2 times now, we still have no idea what the master told Luxu was inside the box. But whatever it was, certainly surprised the young wielder, as did the vague and somewhat ominous promise that eventually Luxu would understand the reasoning behind the box's contents. The box is clearly an important object to the Master of Masters' overall plans. We know this because he instructs Luxu to take not only the box, but also the Master's very own Keyblade with him on his journey, ensuring that both objects will make their way into the future, so that the Master can not only write the Book of Prophecies, but he can also time travel into different points in the future. We have seen him reap the benefits of this at least twice so far, traveling from this ancient past into a much further point in the future, and sending Xehanort down his dark path. And then about another 75 years later, after Xehanort and his 13 darknesses were defeated by a new generation of heroes of the light. But for most of the time between those 2 eras, the location of the black box is a complete mystery. It is seen with Luxu after he leaves the Master's side as he trudges through the Keyblade graveyard, and as he witnesses the end of the Keyblade War, but then not again until the conclusion of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, as a person with Brain's appearance now holds the box in the Badlands of the Keyblade graveyard. I believe this person to be a form of Brain himself, and not Luxu in control of his body, as some people have assumed. I get why they say this, but in my mind, the 12th Secret Report of Kingdom Hearts 3 does not allow this to be possible. I've already made a video discussing that theory, so let's just say that if this person is not Luxu, it would give us an explanation for why the box's location is such a mystery throughout the remainder of the series. Despite seeing Luxu several more times throughout the series, chronologically, the box itself is not so much as mentioned again until the completion of Kingdom Hearts RE Coded. Here, Maleficent mentions to Pete the similarities between the Disney data worlds recreated via Jiminy's journal and worlds that could be conjured up by the Book of Prophecies, intending to make such an important artifact her own. Recall that Maleficent at this time has only relatively recently returned from a voyage through time, as she rematerialized at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2. Perhaps this latest adventure through the datascapes jogged Maleficent's memory from the ancient past. She makes another attempt to acquire the datascape in Dream Drop Distance, referring to her grand plans for Pete and for all those worlds once they were in her possession. Soon after the completion of Dream Drop Distance, Xigbar, Saïx, and the newly reformed Master Xehanort discuss the plan going forward. Saïx mentions that Luxord is already out searching for something on Xigbar's behalf. That something is of course the black box itself.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
But it is
that,
interesting that Xigbar has only trusted Luxord
essentially, we really can't trust anything the Master says.
The rest of the organization, and even Master Xehanort himself. It also demonstrates that at this moment, Xigbar does not know where the box is. Xigbar is of course the latest and final persona of Luxu, the original guardian of the black box. And despite having dozens, if not hundreds of years to search for the box, Xigbar has chosen this moment to confide in select members of the organization about locating it. Clearly the timing is not coincidental, and it can be assumed that Maleficent's search for the Book of Prophecies has forced him to locate the box before she does. Throughout Kingdom Hearts 3, we observe Pete and Maleficent searching for the black box in the various Disney worlds, and they do this by searching for any trace of boxes of great importance to these locations. Kingdom Hearts 3 is clearly a very expensive game to produce. Practically every moment is voice acted and each cutscene lovingly animated, so I truly feel that there are almost no non-Disney cutscenes in this game that don't convey important information about the greater mythos of the series. In Olympus, we see Maleficent first questioning Hades about a black box of great significance to this world, where Hades guesses that they might be referring to Pandora's box. In ancient Greek mythological stories, Pandora's box is an artifact that when opened, unleashed sickness, death, and many other unspecified evils onto the world. Though in these stories it was soon sealed again, the evils all escaped into the world, and the only thing that remained in the box after its opening was hope. Pete and Maleficent actually unearth Pandora's box, but Maleficent discards the object and continues her search in the next world. Right before discovering the box, Pete complains to Maleficent, wondering if they can even be sure if the box containing the Book of Prophecies is actually real, and questions if the dingbat in black was pulling Maleficent's leg, to which Maleficent replies that his was the only clue we have. So here, we have the clear indication that Pete and Maleficent have been put up to the search for the box by another party, and they are searching for it due to the belief that it contains a copy of the Book of Prophecies. Our only clue about this third party is the description uttered about them in this scene. Apparently, they are a male and draped in black. There are plenty of people that meet this description, especially from Organization 13. However, as previously stated, it seems like most members of Organization 13 don't even know of the box's existence. Outside of Xigbar, the only ones that concretely do know of the box are Luxord and Vexen, and even then, how would either of these men know about the Book of Prophecies? In my mind, the only people that even have the potential to have provided Maleficent with information about the black box containing a Book of Prophecies are the 5 Xehanorts and Vanitas. Now, Vanitas is interesting because, of course, Vanitas is a being predominantly comprised of Ventus's natural darkness and one of the 13 darknesses. Given that it was darkness that introduced Maleficent to the concept of the Book of Prophecies all those years ago, perhaps it has now continued to send her down that path in the current day. Or perhaps it was darkness itself that told Maleficent to search for the box while in Data Daybreak Town all those years ago. Though we have never heard it, darkness must have a voice.
Yeah, right.
Perhaps that voice can be interpreted as male.
It was like,
and
who
I
cares?
guess it would qualify as being in black. Regardless, the takeaway is that someone has told Maleficent about not only the black box, but is leading her to believe it contains a copy of the Book of Prophecies as well. Whether or not that is true remains to be seen. As Pete and Maleficent give up and walk away, Luke's sword approaches Xigbar, and though he doesn't know Xigbar's true nature exactly, he is starting to have his doubts about Xigbar's purported identity. Xigbar tries to play into Luke's sword's inquisitive nature by revealing that,
Look, I don't know what's inside the box, but it's been protected by Keyblade wielders since way back when. Aren't you curious? I heard it contains information that's vital to all Keyblade wielders. Secrets.
But the reveal somewhat backfires, as Xigbar has no answer for Luke's sword's follow-up question.
And where did you hear this?
Luke's sword correctly surmises that Xigbar knew that the box was hidden long ago, but now that Maleficent has been led to search for the box, Xigbar is desperately trying to reclaim it before it falls into her, or potentially others' hands. This implies, to me at least, that it wasn't a member of Organization 13 that tipped Maleficent off about the black box. After all, why would a member of Organization 13 actively introduce a layer of extra difficulty to the task of finding the box? Although, there are obviously traitors within the organization. Perhaps Syx, Vexen, or Demix tipped off the evil fairy, so the ever-eavesdropping Xigbar would be too distracted with his search for the box to notice the signs of betrayal stirring in the real Organization 13. Or perhaps with another set of eyes actively searching for the box, if the pair ever did manage to locate it, then Xigbar could just swoop in and claim it for himself. Regardless, as stated earlier, Xigbar, or Lushu's, rush to find the box now implies that he was not the one who last had it or hid it. Unless perhaps it was moved from the location Lushu hid it, or he lost those.
God, this is like, this is making my brain work overtime.
If Brain received both the black box and the Master's Keyblade from Lushu, then went out into the world to fulfill his own agenda.
I know Damon's
Maleficent
working
and
on
Pete are seen 3 more times before the epilogue
a couple
of Kingdom
videos
Hearts 3,
that are very
each
long,
time searching
but I
for
can't
the
wait
black
for him to be
box.
back.
First in the Kingdom of Corona, Pete whines, wondering how Maleficent even knows that the box is real. The witch is positive that it does exist, however, replying that it is etched. The Riku replica later catches them in San Francisco, wondering why they are snooping around and bestowing on them a cryptic warning. And finally, the pair is observed in Twilight Town, where Maleficent finally concedes to Pete's complaints and agrees that their search will end today. In her words, the box simply does not exist at this time, but that will evidently change at the conclusion of the Keyblade War, regardless of whether light or darkness is the victor. At that fated moment, Pete will have his big moment, presumably to steal the box away from its owner. It seems the stubborn Maleficent has spent her time searching for a box she knew did not exist, yet wanted to verify that information for herself by thoroughly searching each world. Especially with the context provided by the conclusion of Union Cross and Melody of Memory, one could be led to believe that Maleficent is saying the box does not exist on this side of reality, yet somehow it will make its reappearance at the conclusion of the Keyblade War. If we combine the information we gain from these events, we can perhaps gain some further insight. The Riku replicas questioning Maleficent and Pete's intentions in this world
Okay, so the Lost
again
Masters
remind
went
us
to
that not all members of
Colorado.
Organization 13 are aware of the black box's existence, further solidifying to me that the person that gave Maleficent the clue about the black box was not among the organization. Let's then also observe Maleficent's own line from the Kingdom of Corona, her certainty that the box would appear because it is etched. Such language implies to me that the box's appearance has been prophesized in, well, probably the Book of Prophecies itself. The same phrase is also spoken once again in Kingdom Hearts 3 during the final act, when the Guardians of Light arrive at the Keyblade Graveyard. Young Xehanort confirms that the Seekers of Darkness will indeed break the Guardians of Light, as it has been etched. The final page of the Book of Prophecies reads that light will expire and darkness prevail, and before Sora breaks the taboos of nature and rewrites that destined fate, that is exactly what happens. It is also very similar phrasing to the way that darkness speaks in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. In Union Cross, one of the 13 Darknesses leads Maleficent through Daybreak Town and ushered her into the time travel pods that would strip her
A lot
of
of
her
people,
body,
I
but
think,
supplant her safely
theorize
back in
it's
the
like
future where she
Ludor,
belonged.
because it's
She agreed to Darkness's wishes, only after hearing assurances from
I think
Darkness
Ludor means
that
like
confirmed she
player
would
or
make
something.
it safely into the future. Darkness revealed to her that it had read brief snippets of the Book of Prophecies, snippets that confirmed Maleficent exists in the future, and therefore she would arrive safely at her destination after traveling through time. Later, the darkness that had hidden itself within Ven answered Brain's questions honestly, revealing that Ven was chosen as a vessel of darkness because it was decided, again using its knowledge of the Book of Prophecies to guide its actions and possess the innocent boy. All this is to say, I believe, in some of the unseen moments of Maleficent's journey through the Data Enchanted Dominion and Data Daybreak Town with that darkness, it may have instructed her to locate the black box when she arrived in the future, assuring her that it contained what she sought, a copy of the Book of Prophecies. Now, whether that's actually true or not is a different matter, but I feel like we know for a fact that darkness is the Master of Masters, and therefore Lushu's enemy, and that the black box is clearly important to the Master of Masters' plans. Would it not be reasonable to assume then, that darkness would want to get its metaphorical hands on the black box, and that it may be using Maleficent to attain that goal, possibly even baiting her with the temptation of a copy of the Book of Prophecies to do so? This would also explain Lushu's particular haste to recover the box before Maleficent in particular, and perhaps the darkness she is inadvertently working for, could get their hands on it. And recover it.
This is wild.
But first, as said, Xigbar sends Luxord out to search for the box, and we see him doing so in the Pirates.
Dude, whenever I hear, there's there are 4 people that I'm like, just in awe of their capacity to theorize. Damo, Waterkit H, Mel from the Secret Reports, and Sunny Novus. Like, all 4 of those people are incredible. It is wild. Just wild.
Of Davy Jones' chest, an important in-universe artifact in which Davy Jones has stashed away his own heart, and whoever opens said box would in turn control Davy Jones. Sora confronts Luxord with this information, stating that it can't possibly be the box the organization is searching for. Luxord confirms that no one knows what's in the box they are searching for. All he was told, by presumably Xigbar, was that the box supposedly contains hope. Before too long, Hudson observes the chest with his own eyes, and deems this not to be the box they are searching for, and the organization retreats from this world. Again, Kingdom Hearts 3 goes out of its way to plant in your mind the similarities between the black box and a box of great importance to this world. That is every sighting or mention of the box before the epilogue, but before we get there, let's consider some additional information. The Kingdom Hearts series has never shied away from symbolism and the blending of real-world concepts with a layer of fictional magic to create an in-universe piece of lore. I can't help but wonder if the same thing isn't happening here.
Oh, is that you on Twitter,
box.
Don?
In
I think I've seen a couple of your
one
tweets.
such instance of the term black box is the colloquial name of an important item within an aeroplane, a flight data recorder that constantly records important flight information such as positional data, sensor readings, conversations between the pilot and the co-pilot, and all sorts of crucial evidence that can be recovered from an airplane in the macabre event of a plane crash. The so-called black box is constructed from extremely resistant materials, able to withstand intense acceleration, penetration, crushing, fires, deep sea pressure, and fluid immersion, among other things. In this context, a black box is a near indestructible object that can survive a catastrophic event, then be recovered potentially years later with that sensitive backup data still safe and sound within. So perhaps you can see where I'm going here, when I suggest that in the context of the Kingdom Hearts games, the black box may have also been created as an indestructible vessel designed to contain and protect a data backup of some very important information. The Master of Masters was the original owner of the black box. It is clearly a major factor to his overarching plan, and I can think of one piece of data he wants to ensure is kept very safe. In fact, he already told us that he had a literal safety plan for the people whose lives would be taken as a result of his actions. At the time, he was speaking to Lushu about not intending to sacrifice anyone as part of his drastic plan to defeat the darkness. Meaning, it sounds like he has a plan to save all the lives of his apprentices, and potentially even the children that lost their lives in the Keyblade War. We already know that Data Daybreak Town contains a data backup of all the wielders from Daybreak Town, and we know that Data Daybreak Town entered a state of sleep at the conclusion of Union Cross. So, what if it is sleeping within the darkness of the black box? Though they were referred to as lifeboats in the official translation, the devices used to traverse through time were known as arcs in the original Japanese. And in keeping with this Christian iconography, perhaps the black box was initially written as its own manner of arc, again meant to withstand the catastrophic destruction of the world and keep its occupants safe within, so that the seeds of light could be spread in the new world when the calamity was over. We know that Data Daybreak Town is a world that exists in parallel to, and even at times overlapped with, its real-world counterpart. Just like Twilight Town and Data Twilight
process
Town
or equation that we literally do not know and know how
a
it
data world
works.
is, in effect, a computer simulation of an existing world, and we have seen multiple of them throughout the Kingdom Hearts series. We have so far seen Chip and Dale's computer creating data Disney worlds from the memories encoded within Jiminy's journal, Ansem the Wise's computer within the old mansion, housing a data version of Twilight Town, the computers within the lab at Radiant Garden, housing the data world of Space Paranoids. Hell, Ansem the Wise even tried to digitize Kingdom Hearts itself. All of these data worlds exist within a computer. They are literally virtual worlds. So then I ask you, where is Data Daybreak Town stored? One would logically say within the laboratory computers within the Daybreak Town Tower, and that does make sense until you consider that the real Daybreak Town was utterly destroyed. Only mere fragments of the entire town survived, and I sincerely doubt the Master of Masters would have wanted to risk his Data Daybreak Town safety by leaving it unprotected in the middle of an apocalypse.
Data backup.
To play devil's advocate, when we visited Xehanort's dream version of Scarlet Kylum, we did briefly see a flooded, upside down, and frozen in time version of the Daybreak Town Tower, yet I hardly think the Master of Masters would have wanted to leave the Data Daybreak Town in such perilous conditions. So, if it's not stored in the tower, or for that matter anywhere in Daybreak Town, then what if I'm right, and Data Daybreak Town is indeed stored within the black box? Does this fit in with what we've already been told? What we've been told so far is that the box is said to contain a copy of the Book of Prophecies, ancient Keyblade wielder information and secrets, as well as hope itself. If I'm right, and there is some sort of portable device housing Data Daybreak Town within the black box, I think we can pretty easily make all of this work. For the record, as stated earlier, I am aware of the fact that every one of these supposed elements in the box could all be lies, told for the purposes of tricking people into locating the box, but let's just say that they're all true. Well, Data Daybreak Town, being a perfect data replica of the real thing, would obviously contain ancient Keyblade wielder information and secrets. I mean, it's literally a city full of ancient Keyblade wielders. One could also assume that Data Daybreak Town would contain copies of the Book of Prophecies. I mean, there might have been one just sitting on the desk here when the new Union leaders first arrived in Data Daybreak Town. But I certainly don't think it's a stretch to assume the Master of Masters may have hidden a copy in here somewhere. So, what about Hope? Hope is mentioned by Apprentice Xehanort at the Fall of Radiant Garden.
Yep.
Sending Kari to the outside worlds was apparently more than just an experiment. It was hope. But more on topic. Cast your mind back to Kingdom Hearts back cover. Master Ava gathers the dandelions to teach them the method to leave this world when the Keyblade War dawns, and says twice, in no uncertain terms, that
You are our hope. Except all of you who are the seeds of hope.
the dandelions, the lights carrying survivors of the Keyblade War, are the world's hope. The exact same people that now slumber in Data Daybreak Town. Therefore, if I'm right, hope rests inside the black box. I can't imagine things getting any more literal than this. But of course, the dandelions aren't the only thing that slumber within the Data Daybreak Town. In the event that the Master of Masters' plan went perfectly, as at least he said he planned it, then Data Daybreak Town would also be trapping one of the 13 darknesses within it. The way things panned out, Data Daybreak Town contains at least 4. Now, our wielder sacrificed their life to keep them out of the world itself, and 4 of those darknesses found themselves stranded in the cables between Data Daybreak Town and the Game Central Station. A world full of digital people that are innately aware that they live in a video game, in a world that doesn't seem to belong to the Kingdom Hearts universe. But there's still only one small step away from Data Daybreak Town itself, which poses the question. If Data Daybreak Town was awakened, would that unleash the 4 darknesses onto the world? Just as Pandora's box unleashed its own manner of darknesses, in both cases leaving only hope behind. But why would anyone open the black box?
Hey, DP.
Luciu was expressly forbidden to, and even though he was dubbed as a traitor by the Master of Masters, we have no reason to believe that he opened the box. However, we know someone that might have. If Luciu did indeed hand the black box and Keyblade to Brain, then Brain is indeed the last person we saw to possess it. Recall that the last time we saw Brain for certain, before the uncertainty of the post-credits scenes began, Brain was talking to Luciu about his plans for the future. Brain insisted that he would rescue Skuld, Ephema, and the player, then dedicate his life to awakening the remainder of the dandelions from the sleeping Data Daybreak Town. Luciu cryptically said to him, "It's a shame this lifetime is the only one you have," before the camera faded to black. I predicted in my last video that at this moment, Luciu made Brain an offer. Become my apprentice, inherit this Keyblade, and in return, take this black box with you. The black box containing all of Data Daybreak Town, all of the dandelions that you want so desperately to rescue. They'll all be here with you at arm's reach. a constant reminder of your life's work. This theory goes a lot further
Hey,
into
it's
the
sunny.
new Scarlet Kylum, the other brain, and the disaster that may have struck if the box was potentially opened in this new world, but I think that's best left to its own video. Let's conclude where Kingdom Hearts 3 did, where Xigbar had finally reclaimed the black box at the conclusion of the Keyblade War. Maleficent and Pete observe this. Pete annoyedly slaps his thigh at the sight. Perhaps they have missed their window to snatch the box, or perhaps they will have to modify the plan. Either way, they now know for sure exactly where the box is and who has it. After a game and a half of talking about it, Maleficent might finally be about to make her move. And of course, based on Lushu's writings in the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret reports, everything is now in place for the Master of Masters' grand return. As Lushu stands beside it, and his comrades from all those years ago materialize around him, the black box itself is now caked in the red dirt of the Keyblade graveyard. Seeing the box now, it's aesthetically a far cry from the slick black leather case it once was. Age has definitely degraded its appearance a little bit, but the presence of the sand built up around the ridges almost implies to me that the box was buried. So, how did Lushu get the box? Again, if Maleficent was to be believed earlier, the box simply did not exist in this world prior to the Keyblade War. I'm going to pursue that theory further in the next video, but what if the solution really is this simple? I mentioned earlier the idea that the box was symbolically represented by Pandora's box, but that's not the only symbolic mentioning of a black box in Kingdom Hearts 3. Luxord and Vexen are also on the trail of a pirate's chest, and where, oh where, do pirates leave their buried treasure? Well, famously, they mark an X on a treasure map to signify the location of a buried chest for later recovery. Can you think of any X's in the Keyblade graveyard where the box may have been buried for thousands of years? I sure can. In fact, it's the exact literal location that we see Lushu and the box, the crossroads in the Keyblade graveyard, where so many important moments in the series have happened.
I've seen this video
Maybe
before.
in this
I just
case,
I haven't
really
watched it in
is
so
this
long.
simple. A giant X marks the spot where the black box has been buried for all these years. And now, Lushu has it back. The Keyblade War is over, the darkness has been felled, and the way has been paved for the foretellers and the Master of Masters to finally return. It seems the Master was telling the truth. The foretellers have returned to this world, meaning the Master did provide some form of backup for them. If I'm right, he also provided a method to recover all the dandelions and combatants in the Keyblade War as well, right there. My theory is that Data Daybreak Town is in the black box. So yeah, that's the theory. Let me know what you think of this idea and if you agree or disagree. Between the comparisons to Pandora's box and potentially a pirate's chest, the idea that hope lies within the box, and that we've literally been told the dandelions represent hope, I just really get the feeling that this is one of the more straightforward mysteries in the Kingdom Hearts series right now, which ironically probably means that it's all wrong. I've tried to list out all the available information here so that you can draw your own conclusions, and I'm very much interested in hearing what you all have to say. I hope to have another part of this video out soon, teasing out the idea that the box may have disappeared into the alternate world, and hopefully I'll have it out before the finale of Dark Road comes out and proves us all wrong. Apologies for taking about a month off from uploading YouTube videos. If you see that happening, that usually means that I'm streaming a lot more. I only have so much free time and I have to split it basically between streaming and creating videos, so be sure to follow me on Twitch if you like this kind of content, and I will very, very easily get distracted if you want to talk Kingdom Hearts theory, so come have a chat with me over there. But yeah, thanks so much guys, take care everyone, and I hope to talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.
Cool. That's wild. That was so wild. Oh, man. I need more Kingdom Hearts. I need it so bad. Oh, boy. It's just such a good series. It's just so, there's so much there. Well, this will generally be how, how Kingdom Hearts, not Kingdom Hearts, the psychology of streams will go. If you enjoyed this, this is the plan. So let me know if you guys like this, if things need to be better formatted or something else. This is super fun. I had such a blast. And I hope that you guys did too. I like the low-key, kind of chill vibes. I think so I can announce the next game that we'll be playing. I think I'm going to kick off this whole stream series with Life is Strange. I don't know if you guys have played that. It's an older title. Square Enix actually gave me a key for the original game because the new one's coming out in like 4 days. So I'm definitely not going to get that in time. But I've heard a lot of really good things about Life is Strange. I've never played it before. I've watched the first part of a stream, and like there was just a lot of really cool things to talk about, and the characters seemed like really intricate. And I think a lot of people resonate with the characters of that game, and so I thought like, hey, like that seems like a good thing. So if you are not part of the Discord server, on YouTube, there's a link in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. But on Twitch, I think you can use the command !Discord. That's gonna be the best way to stay updated. But the plan is on Fridays to do that stream of like Psychology of series. So look forward to next Friday. That's when we'll be kicking off the Life is Strange series. And I hope that you guys can join me. So yeah, I think that's all that I want to say. Yes, I've heard that it is pretty intense. And so we'll definitely like tread carefully as we go through it. But I think it's also like just such a great game to have conversations and to talk about like important things. And so that's one reason I'm really excited to go through it. Who should we raid? You know, we'll just end it for today. I will switch over to this screen. And thank you guys so much for watching. Join the Discord if you want to. I will keep you guys updated on. Oh, hey. Is it Moxath? I don't actually know how to pronounce your name, but I see you on Twitter all the time. It's a great series, Life is Strange. You're gonna cry. Sorry, I've been lurking this whole time. It was worth it. Oh, hey, hell yeah. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm super excited to start Life is Strange next week. So drop a follow, drop a subscription, keep updated on that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.